Have you ever wondered how one man could control an entire country through fear? In the 1980s and early 1990s, Colombia was a place where violence ruled the streets, and one name struck terror into everyone's hearts. Pablo Escobar, the king of cocaine. He wasn't just a criminal. He was a force that seemed untouchable, with power stretching all the way across the globe. But what really brought him down? Was it the police, the government, or something even more secret and unexpected? That's where Los Pepes come in, a mysterious group of vigilantes who decided to fight fire with fire. Who were they? Why did they risk everything to take on Escobar? And how did their actions help bring one of the most dangerous men in history to his end? In this video on the Narco Files, we'll uncover the shocking story of Los Pepes, the people who changed the course of Colombia's dark history. If you're ready to dive into this shadow war, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Narco Files. You don't want to miss any of our deep dives into the world of narcos, power, and revenge. Who were Los Pepes? Los Pepes, which stands for Perseguidos, por Pablo Escobar, or people persecuted by Pablo Escobar, were a mysterious and dangerous group. They were not the police, and they were not a regular army. Instead, they were a mix of ordinary people, rival criminals, and even some former allies of Escobar, all sharing one goal: to bring him down. The group included people like rival drug traffickers who wanted to take over Escobar's empire, families and victims who had lost loved ones to his violence, corrupt police officers who sought revenge or money. Los Pepes became famous, or infamous, for their brutal and shocking tactics. They didn't just target Escobar himself. Anyone close to him, including friends, family, and associates, could be in danger. It's a story that shows just how far fear and revenge can push people, and how the line between justice and violence can sometimes disappear. Why did they form? Pablo Escobar had turned Colombia into a country living in constant fear. He didn't just traffic drugs, he ruled through violence. Anyone who dared to speak out faced deadly consequences. Judges, politicians, journalists, and even ordinary citizens could become targets of assassination if they opposed him. It was in this climate of terror that Los Pepes were formed. People joined them for different reasons. Some wanted to survive Escobar's wrath, fearing for their own lives. Others sought revenge, hoping to bring justice for family members and friends who had been killed. And rival drug cartels saw an opportunity to weaken Escobar and take control of parts of his empire. Their motives were a mix of justice, revenge, and even greed. Some historians suggest that the Colombian government may have quietly supported Los Pepes, giving them information and resources to help take down Escobar. The tactics of Los Pepes. Los Pepes were ruthless and didn't hold back when it came to taking down Pablo Escobar. They used extreme tactics to strike fear and weaken his power. Cars, homes, and businesses connected to Escobar were often blown up in bombings. Assassinations targeted anyone in his inner circle, making it clear that no one was safe. They also used intimidation, spreading fear just like Escobar had, to control the situation. In addition, they leaked secret information to authorities, which helped track his movements and operations. One of their most shocking strategies was going after Escobar's family and close associates, forcing him to spend more time protecting himself than running his empire. While these methods were extreme, many people believed they were necessary to stop a man who had terrorized an entire country. It was a true example of fighting fire with fire. Los Pepes and the rival cartels. Not everyone in Los Pepes was driven by a sense of justice. Some, like rival drug lords from the Cali cartel, saw the group as a tool to weaken Pablo Escobar. By quietly supporting the vigilantes, these cartels could chip away at Escobar's power without putting themselves in the spotlight. This made Los Pepes a strange mix of vigilantes and mercenaries. While some acted out of revenge, others were motivated by opportunity and profit. This combination made them not only very effective in their mission, but also extremely dangerous, showing just how complicated the fight against Escobar really was. Escobar's reaction. Pablo Escobar didn't take Los Pepes lightly. He tried to fight back, but the group was smart, organized, and always seemed one step ahead of him. Even when he launched his own attacks, they anticipated his moves, making it difficult for him to gain any advantage. The constant pressure from Los Pepes created a tense and dangerous environment. Escobar couldn't rest, and even his closest allies started to worry about betrayal. The empire that once seemed untouchable was beginning to crack from the inside, showing that no matter how powerful someone may seem, pressure from the right forces can shake even the strongest foundations. The role of media and public opinion. Los Pepes didn't just operate in the shadows. They knew how to use the media to their advantage. Newspapers and television covered their attacks, sending a clear message to the public. Pablo Escobar was not invincible. This was a big deal because Escobar had built his own celebrity power. He gave money to the poor, built houses, and presented himself as a kind of Robin Hood figure. But as the images and reports of Los Pepes attacking his empire spread, that carefully crafted image began to crumble. People started seeing him not as a hero, but as a dangerous criminal who could be stopped. The media played a key role in showing the world that even the most feared man in Colombia was not untouchable. The moral dilemma. Los Pepes were very effective in challenging Pablo Escobar, but their actions also raised serious moral questions. They killed, terrorized, and sometimes targeted innocent people, using violence in ways that were not much different from Escobar himself. Was it really right to fight violence with more violence? Could what they did be justified? Or did they become just like the enemy they were trying to stop? Even today, historians debate this. Some believe Los Pepes were necessary to finally end Escobar's reign of terror. Others see them as just another violent group taking advantage of a chaotic situation. Their story reminds us that the line between justice and revenge can be very blurry. How Los Pepes helped capture Escobar. Despite all the controversy surrounding them, there's no doubt that Los Pepes played a major role in bringing down Pablo Escobar. Their attacks weakened him in many ways. They broke his network by targeting and eliminating key allies, forcing betrayals that left him isolated. They diverted his attention, making him spend more time protecting himself than running his empire. Some members even secretly shared valuable information with law enforcement, helping authorities track his movements. And by creating constant fear, they made even his most loyal men question whether they should stay by his side. By 1993, Escobar was on the run, hiding in a small neighborhood in Medellin, fully aware that the walls were closing in. Los Pepes had made it almost impossible for him to operate freely, setting the stage for his ultimate downfall. The final showdown. On December 2, 1993, Pablo Escobar's reign of terror finally came to an end. Colombian authorities, using intelligence and possibly secret information leaked by Los Pepes, tracked him down to a middle-class neighborhood in Medellin. Escobar didn't surrender quietly. In a dramatic shootout, he tried to escape but was killed on the rooftops. His death marked the fall of one of the most violent and feared criminals in history. While law enforcement officially captured him, many historians believe that the actions of Los Pepes played a crucial role in making his capture possible. Their relentless pressure and strategic attacks had left Escobar isolated, vulnerable, and ultimately exposed to justice. Aftermath. Colombia begins to heal. Even after Pablo Escobar's death, Colombia's problems didn't vanish overnight. Violence still lingered, and life remained dangerous for many. However, Escobar's empire had collapsed, and for a time, the Cali cartel took control, bringing a lower level of public terror. Los Pepes, the shadowy group that had helped bring him down, slowly disappeared. Some members were killed, others vanished, and many returned to criminal life. Still, their role in ending Escobar's reign is remembered as a significant part of history. Colombians began the long process of rebuilding their communities and moving toward stability. The story of Los Pepes remains a powerful reminder of how the line between justice and revenge can often be complicated and blurry. Legacy and lessons. The story of Los Pepes teaches us many important lessons. First, It shows that vigilantes can be powerful, but also very dangerous. Fighting violence with more violence often creates new problems instead of solving old ones. Second, it reminds us that public perception matters. Pablo Escobar had built an image as a Robin Hood who helped the poor, but the attacks of Los Pepes and the media coverage shattered that image, showing him as the dangerous criminal he truly was. Third, the story shows how complicated justice can be. Sometimes legal systems are too slow or powerless, and people feel forced to take matters into their own hands. Finally, it demonstrates that power attracts big enemies. Escobar's empire was built on fear, but that very fear eventually led to his downfall. Even today, historians, law enforcement, and journalists study Los Pepes as an example of how crime, revenge, and justice can collide in unexpected and complicated ways. Conclusion. So, were Los Pepes heroes? Or were they just another group caught in the cycle of violence? The truth is, they were neither saints nor simple villains. They were a part of Pablo Escobar's story, showing that even the most powerful men can be challenged. Their story makes us ask tough questions. What really is justice? Can violence ever truly stop violence? And when people take matters into their own hands, what is the cost to themselves and to the world around them? Today, Colombia remembers both Escobar and Los Pepes, not with celebration, but as a warning. Power without limits invites chaos, and those who chase revenge, even for a good cause, often walk a dangerous and unpredictable path. The tale of Los Pepes is a story of courage, fear, and the heavy price of standing up to someone who seemed unstoppable. It reminds us how one person's power can affect an entire nation, and how ordinary people, driven by fear, anger, or revenge, can change history in ways no one could predict. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the Narco Files for more deep dives into the hidden stories of narcos, crime, and power. Which part of Los Pepes' story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.